Good morning, friends. It's Becky. Welcome back to my channel. On my channel, I am going through my good midlife crisis where I am journeying through my 40s, working oh so hard to get my poop in a group. In order to do this, I have been working on my physical, my financial, and my mental health. And today is Friday, December the 4th, 5th. I have no idea what day it is, y'all. What day is today? It's the 6th. Today is Friday, December the 6th, and we are going to be doing a financial health check in. We are going to be budgeting out the money that you see above my head, $2,192.83, and we are going to be doing that in this wonderful, beautiful app that you see called YNAB. YNAB is You Need a Budget, and it is how I digitally cash stuff and track my spending. Um, I am a zero-based budgeter. This is a zero-based budgeting software, but I am not a cash budgeter. This would work for cash, but this also works for not cash. So I use this app and I love this app. If you are new, welcome. Again, I am Becky and I tend to talk a lot. I hope that you enjoy that. If you do, wonderful. Are you in for a treat? And if you don't, that's cool. You just want to check out the budget. I'll put some timestamps below so you can just skip to the parts you want to watch. But thank you for being here and for checking this out. If you are returning, thank y'all. I am so sorry that I missed last week. If you watched my December budget setup, I explained that I was exhausted last week. I was wiped. It was all I could do to just stay upright. I was dog sitting and I was cooking, and I had my mom and my nephew here. And between all of that, it just wiped me. I forget sometimes that I'm in my 40s. Like, my brain still thinks I'm in my 20s and tries to do all the things I used to do. And I'm like, yeah, driving around between three houses on my own and cook an entire Thanksgiving meal and take care of all of the animals. I got this, no problem. I'm very thankful that I got the opportunity to do it and I enjoyed the time I spent with the fur babies. But I was tired. I was so tired on Friday that I did not film this budget. I did film my December budget setup finally on Sunday. I got that up. If you missed it, I will link that below. And I got a lot of the stuff done. I didn't get everything done, but I got a lot of the stuff done I wanted to get done this past weekend. How was your Thanksgiving? Did you have a quiet one like I did with just one or two family members? Did you have a huge one like I used to always have with like your entire family and all your friends and neighbors and random people walking down the street that you just invited in because there was too much food? How was it? Did you enjoy it? Did you go Black Friday shopping? Did you have a budget and did you stick to it? Because I actually did. Um, okay, we are going to go through. I don't have a whole lot to budget. I have to finish up my sinking funds for December. I did the first half of them last week when y'all couldn't see me, so I just have a couple of them left to do. My weekly paycheckly budget, and then I have one bill. I am going to put some more into holiday giving because I wasn't thinking about it, but this year I am the manager of a team, and so I want to have some money to send my team something small for Christmas. It won't be a lot. I've only got 4 team members. But when I set up my initial budget, I was not a manager, and I was not counting on sending them anything. And then I also want to have some money to send something to my boss as well. So I'm going to put probably an extra $150 into my giving category, my holiday giving. So, and you will see I still have some money in there. I have like 90 something dollars, and that is because I haven't gone shopping at all. Like, I barely left my house since Sunday. I'm telling y'all, that wiped me like that. I did leave my house last night, and I went to my wine ladies night on, we do it on Thursdays. And yesterday, if you watch my December budget setup, I had like put a sticker on the 5th because I knew it was an important day. And then I couldn't remember what day it was, what I was doing. It was my wine ladies holiday thing. And we had all picked out cookie trays to make at this company called Board and Brush, where you like get a board and you paint a design on it. I am a horrible artist. Horrible. I love it. I just can't do it. I can't even draw a straight line with a ruler. And that's not an exaggeration. I literally can't do that. So I made this, y'all. I did this. This was me. I mean, granted, there's a stencil, but I picked the colors, and somebody screwed the handles on for me, like the hostess lady screwed the handles on for me. But this is a cookie tray. You're supposed to put cookies on it, or you could just use it as decoration. But anyway, it says all hearts come home for Christmas. And then it's got some snowflakes. And these snowflakes are like a lilac-y, lavendery purple, but then I did some silver shimmer on top, and so they kind of just look silver, but whatever, it's pretty. I obviously messed up in a couple of places because, as I said, not an artist, but I had a good time with my friends. And we all made boards. I did share a picture of all of us on my Instagram, so if you want to see that, make sure you go check out my Instagram. I don't post very frequently, and 99% of the times it's just pictures, which is what Instagram was originally set up for. But if you want to follow along and see what I'm doing if I can't post videos, or if I don't post videos, check me out on Instagram. Okay, y'all, I'm going to shrink myself up into the budget. Let's address the camera in the room. I alluded to the fact that there was a change in my budget. And this change, I don't know if this is picking up sound. I really hope it is. So if you've been here for a little while, you will know that I have a hate-hate relationship with these videos because they get laggy, they get jumpy, this audio doesn't work. Every time I film a video, it just gets laggy. My whole computer just it fights with me and it doesn't work. And so I talked to my IT guys, my roommate Nathan and then my cousin Burl, and they're both they work in the IT field. They both know a lot about computers, and they both agreed with me that the computer that I had was a wonderful computer if all I wanted to do was type emails and do stuff. It is not a good computer for what I actually do with my computer, which is film and upload and edit videos for y'all. That is 90% of what I am doing on these computers, and that computer is just not cut out for it. So there was a really good Black Friday deal at Best Buy, and I went and bought myself a new computer, and it was a pricey one. So we'll have to see if this works, because if not, I'm taking this computer back. But I can still sell my other computer for probably close to $500. I looked on resale sites, and that's what those computers are going for. I even still have the box for that computer because I still had it. So I'm thinking I can get $500 for it, which will pay for a good chunk of this one. I just have to post it. Nathan was out of town, but now he's home, so hopefully he can help me this weekend. Know what specs people are going to be looking for when they're trying to buy a computer, because I can take a picture of it, but I don't know. Anyway, that'll pay for a chunk of this computer, and then I will pay it off. It's 24 months no interest financing, so that will go way beyond my other finances that I am trying to pay off. I'm not even going to focus on that until after everything else is paid off. But hopefully this improves my video quality and decreases the amount of stress that creating these videos was giving me, because y'all have seen me be literally in tears because my computer just wasn't working, and I'd try to film a video and I'd get started at 6:30 and it was 7:45 and I was just now trying to start it because everything was going wrong. Hopefully this fixes that. We will see. Now, let's get into the budget. Let us see what we have to do. Again, I don't have a lot, but I am going to look. When I went to my new computer, I had to reset up my toolkit, and if you're interested in toolkit, I do have a video going over YNAB's toolkit features and what I use. It's not the bestest video, but it is a good video, and it has a lot of information if you like toolkit. So I will link that below as well. I made my budget header lines. This is my favorite color. I love purple. I actually just bought a mouse. This is for my work computer, but it's my mouse. I bought it. And it's that color too. And it's also my watch color. And it's also my phone case color. I like that color. It's my favorite. So I've turned my budget header lines that color because I look at them a lot. Okay. Not sure if I mentioned it, but I ramble and I talk a lot. Who was I watching? Oh, I was watching Avery at Everybody Budgets. think that's her name. She changed her name. It used to be Avery's Budget, but now I think it's Everybody Budgets. Um, anyway, I was watching her November setup, and she was talking and going into like little tangents when she was going, and I was like, oh my goodness, it's me. Hi, Avery. I mean, I've been watching Avery for a long time, and if you don't, you should. She also is a YNAB budgeter, and I will link her channel below if you're interested in checking her out. But anyway, I know I'm not alone. So, what this is my paycheck and then like $2.94 of cash back from one of my cards that I got last week. So, the way I do my budgets is my budgets start on a Friday, and then every Thursday evening I close them out. I pay off all my cards that are not zero interest, and most of them I get cash back on. So, I roll that into my budget. And since last week I closed out my budget, you'll notice that there was actually cash back because I didn't add, it was 294 and I just rolled it into this week. Normally it absorbs into my rollover. Okay, let's go. Every week I give myself $50 for dining out. Y'all, I used a lot of money for overspending in like fun category. I'm making a blanket. If you've been here for a little while, I started crocheting with some of my friends, and I am making a blanket. And I went to Michael's on Friday because I was in like the shopping center where it was, because I wanted some more yarn to finish off my blanket. I was originally going to do a bunch of different colors, and then I decided to just stick with these main three. So I needed one more of each of the colors. And then they had buy two, get one free for all their yarn. And I was like, perfect, I need 3 balls of yarn. So I had to cover that overspending. I overspent in, I can't remember what, birthday, because it was Jaden's birthday, and there was a Black Friday sale that I picked up and had sent to him. I overspent in a couple of categories, so I pulled it because, as I've mentioned, when you are using YNAB, you have to cover all of your overspending. You can't just leave it there because then your budget's not accurate, or you're going to end up with credit card debt depending on how you paid for it. So since I don't want credit card debt, that's the whole point of this. I covered all my overspending, and I pulled some of it from dining out. I pulled some of it from groceries. I pulled some of it from stuff I forgot to budget for because I didn't use those categories very much this week because I had leftover turkey. So I ate a lot of leftover turkey because I love that. Anyway, dining out, $50 a month. Groceries, $125 a month. Ecclesial expenses, $80 a month. This is my church donation. I'm sorry, $80 a week. These are all weekly, not monthly. Fund money is $25 nope, it's $15 a week. And again, this has more because I use this to buy yarn because I consider that fun. It is a paycheck week, so I am going to put $25 in here for gas. I have about a half a tank. But I'll top it off, just get it up, get it filled up. Self-care, I put $25 every paycheck. So gas and self-care are paycheckly budget expenses. And then pet expenses, household, YouTube expenses, these are all things I only budget once a month. And I budgeted them last week when y'all couldn't see me. I don't know why. Oh, this thinks I have, I need to go delete these upcoming categories. This thinks I have, where's my Amazon card? I never use that card. These transactions coming out, but I don't. They just shipped. Apparently I had 2 subscriptions for these, and I just want to delete that. 2 subscriptions for my air filters for my air filter in my room, and 2 subscriptions for my dishwasher filter. And those both just got here at the beginning of last month. I'm like, why are they coming out again already? One subscription is set to renew in April, and one was set to renew this week or next week. And I was like, no, I don't want those. I canceled them on Amazon, but I forgot to cancel my tell YNAB that they weren't going to come out. So that's why that was looking like I didn't have enough money, but now I do. Okay. And again, I am going to put money into my holiday giving to cover those expenses that I discussed for my work gifts. So I think I'm going to do $150. I'm going to spend $150. I don't know who I think I'm kidding. I'm going to spend $150. So I'm going to put that in there. My mom's utilities, they did come and fill her propane tank this week. It was $403.96. So I'm glad I budget. This is why I put $50 every month in here. And so they'll probably come out again maybe January-ish, February-ish, and hopefully I will have enough to cover it. If not, I'll just put some extra money from that week's budget. But because she lives in the country and she has a propane tank, they just come fill it as it gets empty. And they came and filled it this week. So it didn't fill all summer long. So I had all summer to like build up the money, and I had $600 and something in there. So thankfully I had that to cover that expense. The only bill I have is my car insurance is going to come out. Bye. My car insurance is coming out on the 11th, which will be in this budget because, as I said, my budgets go from a Friday to a Thursday. So this budget will end on the 12th, December the 12th. So I have to cover all my bills through then. Oh, it's up here. I'm like, where is my car insurance? Sorry, y'all, Nathan just left. There's some IT convention downtown, and he's going to it today. He went yesterday, and he's going today. So that distracted me a little bit as he was walking out the door. Sorry, I got a little bit discombobulated, but I'm going to recombobulate and get going again. Insurance is now, let's look at this. It was $256.66. That's what I have my preset. But now it is $97.54. I'm so happy with that price. $97.54 is all that's going to be coming out. All the rest of these are going to come out of future paycheck, future budgets, because I'm paid bi-weekly, but I budget weekly. And the reason I do that is for these up here, these that you see right here. I need to limit myself. I need to give myself a limit of what I'm allowed to spend every week. Otherwise, I would just go spend, if I put 2 weeks worth of dining out money in here, knowing me, I would go spend 2 weeks worth of dining out money on a Friday or Saturday night. And then I would have 2 full weeks of no money in my budget for dining out. It'd be the same amount of money if I do $50 every week or if I do $100 every paycheck. It's the same amount of money out of every paycheck, but I'm tricking my brain into thinking that I only have $50. So that works for me. You've got to make it work for you. It took me some trial and error to figure this out. At first, when I first started this, I was putting the full amount in there for 2 weeks, and I was only budgeting every 2 weeks. One, anybody who's ever YNAB'd will tell you, you want to budget more than every 2 weeks. And that's not like you need to check your budget more than every 2 weeks because you're gonna. What this is you will literally want to budget every week, every other day. Like I love coming in here. I touch my budget almost every single day. I add my transactions. I reconcile my accounts. I do it definitely at least twice a week because I close out my budgets on Thursdays and then I set up my new budgets on Fridays. But normally I do even more than that. And you will want to. So when you first put your money in and you're like, ooh, that was so satisfying. And you're like, I need another paycheck so I can budget some more money. I can do that because I split my paycheck up into 2 weeks. So I can do it every single week, even though I'm not paid every single week. Anyway, that's why I do that. But this is so customizable that you can set it up however works for you. If you're only paid once a month and it's easier for you to not have to touch it and not have to worry about it, and you just want to fill everything for the month when you get your paycheck, go for it. If you're paid once a month and you want to budget every other Tuesday, do that. If you want to budget every Tuesday, do that. You can do however works for you. And this software will be such an amazing tool. And I have a ton of videos on it. And there are so many other people out there, including YNAB themselves, who have tutorial videos to help you, walk you through. And their help people are super friendly and super helpful. I love this app. I don't know if I've ever mentioned that, but I love this app. And if you want to try it out, there is a link in my description where you can get 34 days for free because it is a little bit of a learning curve coming from a different type of budgeting. But you get 34 days for free with zero risk. You don't have to, if you don't cancel it at the end of it, it just goes away. You don't have to remember to cancel it. If you do like it and you sign up for a subscription after using my link, you will get an additional 30 days for free. So you'll get 64 days for free. And then as a thank you, they send me 30 days for free as well. So if you want to try it out, be like the cool kids, check out the link in my description. It's completely risk-free. And now is the time to try to set up your budget for next year. There's my spiel. I said it in the middle of everything. Now I got to remember where I was. Oh, my bills. I did my bills. That's it. That's my only bill. And I did my holiday giving. I put my $150 in there. So now I'm just going to fill my last couple of sinking funds. If you are new to budgeting, which I know this is a time of year that new people get on and start checking out budgeting videos, welcome. I'm so excited for you. You have no idea how much better your life is about to be once you get a grasp on your finances. And if you don't believe me, go check out my early videos. The difference in my life since I got a grasp on my finances, oh my goodness. I feel so much better. I feel so much freer because I know where my money is and where my money is going, and that I am covered for upcoming expenses like a $400 out of the blue bill. They don't tell me when they're coming to fill my mom's propane tank. I just checked the credit cards last night to pay them off, and I was like, oh, there's a pending transaction from the propane company on here, so they must have come and filled it. That's okay. I'm covered. I've been budgeting for that. Budgeting is so freeing, and I wish that it had a better reputation out there in the wide world because people think it's restricting. It allows me to go grocery shopping and not worry about it. It allows me to spend money on yarn and not worry about it, and make one of these things because I had to pay for this. I got to make one of these things because I budgeted for it. So I love budgeting. I love it. Anyway, one of the things that I do is I budget for upcoming expenses. So sinking funds are where you sink just a little bit of money every month into a category, and then when that thing is due, you have the money for it. So I did a bunch of them last week when y'all couldn't see me. So like car maintenance. And my Harris County, they sent me an email yesterday because I was talking about my text tag. So I live in Texas and I live in the Austin area, and we used to have text tag, which was awful. You'd just get bills that with like late fees in the mail, and they were like, 6 months ago you went through a toll, and I'm like, I have a text tag. Why didn't you charge my text tag for it? And they're like, oh, sorry, my bad. And you never sent me a bill. Oh yeah, sorry, my bad. Well, now you have to pay it. I guess enough people got fed up, and there was actually a lawsuit against them, and now they are gone. And the company that does like the Houston area, Harris County tolls, took over our toll area. I originally was told I was going to be transitioned to the new account, and then I got a letter in the mail saying they weren't going to transition me to the new account. And then yesterday I got an email from Harris County Tolls that was like, hey, your balance dipped below an amount and we charged your card. So I'm like, I guess they did transition me to the new account. So anyway, that's mostly what my car maintenance fund is for now, is my tolls and some car washes, because I have a brand new car. So there's not a lot of maintenance that I need to do on it. It even came with some oil changes and things like that. So I don't even have to budget for oil changes right now. That's why I dropped it from 50 to 25. Anyway, all of these I did last week. Ice Ball. Ice Ball is a fundraiser that I go to with my friends in August every year. And this is a fundraiser for the Big Brothers and Big Sisters of Central Texas. And it is a really fun evening for an amazing cause. And so, thanks to suggestions from Libby, I started a sinking fund for this. If you have any suggestions for me, anything that you see that you think I should be doing differently, I can't promise I will implement it, but I do promise I will read it, I will consider it, and I will respond to you. And I will be thankful that you are offering me suggestions. So this was a suggestion from a viewer that I start a sinking fund for Ice Ball, and I love that. So I can't remember what I do. I do $20 every month. It's not very much money out of my monthly budget. It won't give me everything I want for Ice Ball when Ice Ball rolls around, but it will cover my ticket and a little bit of money toward putting in a bid for an auction. Hopefully by August, my American Express card will be paid off and I won't have to worry about that, and that will give me some extra money to just do a lump sum, or maybe I can just even increase this after March or May whenever my card is due. We'll see. But at least I'll have a base, so I'm putting $20 a month away. As I mentioned, I have a group of friends that I meet with on Thursdays, my wine ladies, and we do birthdays once a month. Anybody who has a birthday, there's a cake, and we celebrate it. So we put $20 a year each, and this is, I don't have my wine ladies' birthdays on here. Well, this will tell me what I need to put in here, because YNAB tells me I need $1.67. So $1.67 needs to go in here. Editing software is the software that I use to make these videos. That is $5.57 a month. And I could, because I have a target set up and it tells me what I need, I could just hit this underfunded button and it will just pull the amount of money that I need from my ready to assign and plop it in here where it needs to go. Costco is my annual Costco membership renewal, $3.05. Registration and inspection, I do $5 a month because, like I said, I have a new car, so it's not going to need to be registered until 2026. Okay, about the inspection in Texas. So yes, I think because in my head I just put the emissions and the inspection together, like in my head that's the same thing. I think that's where the confusion was coming from when I was saying I no longer have to do an inspection. You are right. There's no vehicle safety inspection. They're not going to check my windshield and my wipers and my tires and stuff. Like they probably should, but they're not going to anymore in Texas. But they are going to do an emissions test. So I do still have to take it to the inspection location and do an emissions test on my car every 2 years or every year going forward. It'll be 2 years for now, and then it'll be every year going forward before I can register my car. So I think I can't remember your name. I'm so sorry. Whoever was telling me that I didn't have to do an inspection, and I was like, no, I still do. I think you are right. I do not need to do a safety inspection. But in my head, I was putting safety inspections and emissions tests together because they do them at the same time at the same location. So that's what I was meaning. So I'm sorry for the confusion. So anyway, I'm budgeting money for that. I don't know what that's going to cost. Every time they make a change to try to save everybody money, it ends up costing me more money because I live in Austin. And so like they're adding that $750 to the registration every year to cover so you don't have to do the inspection. But I still have to go get an inspection, and that inspection place still needs to stay open, so they're going to charge me something. It's not going to be free. So I mean, I still have to go get my emissions test. Sorry. I still have to go get my emissions test. So it's probably going to actually cost me more money than it's costing me right now. But I'm putting $125. I think that's what I said, right? 125. Yeah, 125 by August. Actually, I need to change this because I'm going to have to put more. I'm not going to do it right now because I don't want to mess. I'll do it for January. Find Me Gluten Free is an app that I use because I have celiac disease, and this helps me when I am looking for places to eat that are safe for me to eat. This app helps me find them, and it is a paid subscription, but it's only like $21.60 something a year. So I budget $22, and that way when it's ready to come out, I have the money set aside to pay for it. YNAB is this subscription, but I've already funded that, so I don't have to put anything else away. And then I have 3 savings that we need to do, and then we are done. So I have in my no touchy my emergency fund. Look at that. Look at that. I have $1,000 in an emergency fund. What? If you're new, that's not a lot of money. If you're not new, you will realize that I have saved and spent and saved and spent and saved and spent this $1,000 so many times, but I am so wanting to leave it here. That's my goal. My goal was to get it to $1,000 by the end of the year, and I did it. So we made it. Baby Joe is my great nephew. He is 2. I save his age every week, so every week I put $2 aside. Since I am paid every 2 weeks, that's $4 every paycheck. So I'm going to put $4 aside for Baby Joe. And then his little brother Jet is 1. Save his age, $1 every week, so $2 every paycheck. So that is what I am saving for those boys. And that's it, y'all. We are done with this week's budget. So as I said, I am paid bi-weekly, but I budget weekly, which means I have $1,500 left over that I am supposed to assign because this is a zero-based budget. Every dollar needs to have a job. This money's job is to be next week's budget because I won't have any additional income next week. I don't get another paycheck next week. All I will have to budget is this money. So I am going to put this money down here, 153207, and that is going to be next week's budget. So it's assigned to next week. So now every dollar has a job. I am covered for all of my upcoming expenses this week. I can go out to dinner. I can go grocery shopping. I can put my church donation in. I can forget to put coffee money. Oh, okay. Let me undo what I just did. There's a handy dandy undo button. Y'all, I almost forgot coffee. Can you imagine? Who am I? $25 to coffee because Dutch Brothers exists. And then that's it. So now I'm going to put this 150707 in my next week. Oop, 0707. Now I'm done. Now for reals, we're done. All of my upcoming expenses, I've saved for upcoming expenses that are a year in the future. I've just saved a couple of dollars, which I'm not even going to notice out of this budget. But when they hit next year, I'm not going to be like, oh, I need $100 for this thing. Where am I going to pull $100 out of this week's budget? It's super tight this week. Oh, I don't have to. I've already budgeted for that. It's sitting in my checking account waiting for me. So I love it. And I am going to go to work. It is 7:45 on Friday morning. Happy Friday. Happy payday Friday if you got paid today. Happy just Friday if you didn't get paid today. And I hope y'all have a fantastic week. I love you all so much. Thank you so, so much for being here with me, for supporting me, for commenting. I did get caught up on comments last weekend. So that got done finally. I was like 3 weeks behind, y'all. I'm so sorry. It's been very, very hectic. This week it was no exception. This week was also very hectic. I hope you are seeing an improved quality in this video with the sound and the audio, the sound and the video quality. Let me know what you think. Okay, y'all. I love you, and I will talk to you later. Bye.